This topic for me, it all depends on certain situations or scenarios, I should say, because when it comes to actors and actresses in movies and the way they get paid, how they get paid, it is definitely a little unfair in some circumstances that an actress gets paid less than an actor. But for me, it only really bothers me when there's a lead actor and a lead actress who share the screen for pretty much the entirety of the movie, and yet you have the main actor of the movie making, let's say, $30 million, and the main actress making $15 million, making less than half of what the actor made. And it makes no sense to me, because if they're both the main actor in the movie, the two characters that you are supposed to be paying attention to, I feel like that's when the pay there should be even. If this is a case where it's like, say there's an actor who's in pretty much like 95% of the movie, and then there's an actress that may be kind of like a, you know, not necessarily background character, but a character that's in there, but is maybe in like 20% of the movie, then I can understand why that actor would make more than that actress. But when it comes to just them being in the movie together and being the two main characters, why they make less money than the main actors, the actresses do, I don't know. And it really only came to mind when I realized that for Joker Folie à Deux, the sequel that's coming out to Todd Phillips' 2019 movie, The Joker, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix are set to make $20 million, which is a raise for them from the first movie, because the first movie only had a $70 million budget. So obviously there was only so much money you could throw out there to make the movie work, and, you know, with us being all kind of skeptical at that point as to how the movie was going to do, it ended up being a hit, hence why it's getting a sequel now, and they do deserve the pay raise for that. I'm not complaining about that. That's not a problem there. But Lady Gaga, who recently signed on to play the other main character in the movie, is making $10 million, which is less than half of what the co-star Joaquin Phoenix is making. I know there's going to be that argument, well, Lady Gaga's not playing the guy's name who's in the title. That argument is just completely stupid, especially when it comes to something like this, because, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is playing the title character, the Joker, but Lady Gaga is going to be a main character and share a lot of screen time with Joaquin Phoenix. She is the co-lead star. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that she's making less than half of what Joaquin Phoenix is making when they're basically the stars of the movie. They are in it together, and they are, like I said, the stars. They should be making the same amount, even though, yeah, she did sign on to it, so I guess maybe that's what she wanted, but it still just seems a little fishy to me that that's what we get here. And then there's going to be the argument, well, Joaquin Phoenix was in the first movie, that's why he's making so much compared to Lady Gaga's, but the budget for this movie also got bumped up to $150 million, so I think you can still at least eke out $10 more million for Lady Gaga just to even things out between her and Joaquin Phoenix, because then that's $60 million you're paying the director and the two lead stars, and then you have $90 million to do whatever the hell you want. That's still more money than from what you had in the first movie after paying Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix to be in it. Because Zazie Beetz might be back in it as her character from the first movie, but she might get paid less because her character is not going to be much of a main character. She wasn't really much of a main character in the first movie either. She was kind of, I guess you call that more of a supporting actress role in that movie. Like, she was in it, but she wasn't really a main part of the story. We just kind of figure out that what we were seeing between her and Arthur Fleck, who was the Joker, wasn't real. It was all in Arthur's head, and they weren't really, you know, going out on dates and this kind of stuff. It was just, they had that one encounter, and I guess he misinterpreted it as something or misread the signals, so we kind of see her because it's an important part of the story, but she's not a main character. And Robert De Niro, I don't know how much he got paid in the first Joker movie. Obviously, he's not going to be in this movie. His character is dead. But, you know, he wasn't a main character in the movie, so I can see why, if he didn't make the same amount as Joaquin Phoenix, why he didn't make it. But not paying Lady Gaga the same amount as Joaquin Phoenix for being the co-star next to him in the movie about the two characters, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's the part in Hollywood that I just don't get and don't understand, and that's when I think the whole equal pay thing, when it comes to that, should be talked about, because if you're both the stars of the movie, then the amount should be the same. No one should be making more than the other. It should just be, boom, this is the same thing. Because like I said, don't interpret this as me saying Joaquin Phoenix doesn't deserve that $20 million. That's fine, but Lady Gaga making $10 million, again, I get it's her first movie in this franchise, but like, she's going to be on the screen a lot with him, and she's going to play a really, really integral part in this story. I mean, even though it's called Joker Folie à Deux meets Madness at 2, and Lady Gaga is the other person in that equation there, and it just, like, I don't know. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this in general, because it is a controversial topic, and some people just don't seem to understand how this works and whatnot, but I still, again, feel like if Lady Gaga was playing a smaller role, I can understand, but she's playing, like, the other big role in the movie, probably, you know, gonna have more of a role to play, because I feel like this is gonna show us Harleen Quinzel's transformation into Harley Quinn. We just see her going completely insane by the end of the movie, kind of similar to what we saw at the end of the Joker when Arthur Fleck just finally just loses it and becomes mentally unstable. Like, it's just... It's going to be that, and I feel like for that reason, Lady Gaga deserves to be paid the same amount as Joaquin Phoenix when it comes to this movie. And I should say Todd Phillips, because the director, Todd Phillips, is also making $20 million for this movie as well. Granted, he's the director, so I thought maybe he would make more than the main actor, but he's making the same, and that's that there. But yeah, again, that's my thoughts. Would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.